ESPN Cleveland presents Tony Grossi's Top 5 Preseason Storylines. Number 5.
When minicamp ended in June, rookie second-round pick Quinshon Judkins was on track to succeed Nick Chubb as the Browns' feature back. That all changed when Judkins was charged in Florida in July. Now it looks like the Browns will fall back on Jerome Ford and rookie fourth-round pick Dylan Sampson to handle the running back duties. Judkins' rookie season is not over, but it's not starting on the positive note the team had hoped.
Follow Tony Grossi's Browns coverage all season long on The Land on Demand. The Land on Demand presents the biggest moments in Cleveland sports history.
May 15th, 1981, a date most Cleveland Indians fans need no introduction to. But for the rest of you, Len Barker made history at Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
Len Barker getting the sign from Ron Hesse. Wind up, here it comes. Fly ball center field. Manning coming on, he's there. He catches it. Len Barker has pitched the no-hitter. A perfect game for Len Barker.
That highlight courtesy of 3WE. Barker tosses the only perfect game of Cleveland Indians history and the last no-hitter. He never got a 3-ball count in that game and struck out 11. The Indians got a 3-0 victory over the Blue Jays. It was the 10th perfect game in Major League history and one of the most attended games in Cleveland history. Even though 7,290 people are being truthful about their attendance of Len Barker's perfect game.
Relive more big moments with full shows, interviews, and podcasts on The Land on Demand.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night.
The Brewers go for their 15th straight win as they battle the Reds.
First pitch, and a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall, gone! Wild Bill to left center. 2-1 Brewers.
Caleb Williams takes the field for his first taste of preseason action against the Bills.
One safety back deep here for Caleb Williams. The play clock winding down to 80, still marching. Takes the snap, winding up, throws the seam. It is caught. First down, 43-yard line. Cole Kmet. Oh, yeah, baby.
The Mariners and Mets face off in Williamsport for the Little League Classic.
2 on, the 1-2 to Alvarez. Swinging a fly ball, stroke to the gap, left center field. And that is not caught by Rodriguez. He went glove first for it, and it rolls to the wall. Alonso comes around third. He's in to score.
Asia Wilson leads the resurgent Aces against the Wings.
Maddie put together another good game. She's got 19 points, but you just can't stop Asia.
Plus, it's just getting ridiculous at this point.
Looks at the cup, back to his ball, pulls the putter back, and it's in the bottom, and the ultimate winning machine has won the 2025 BMW Championship.
Who would win, one polar bear or 100 Pete Alonsos? I'm going to be rooting for the 100 Pete Alonsos. So we'll have to set that up sometime, see how that works out.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
I'm going with the one polar bear. Pete Alonso's good, but SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM, channel 80. We hadn't seen a streak like this in 4 years. September 2021, St. Louis Cardinals running off 17 consecutive wins. Milwaukee Brewers this summer making similar waves, going into Sunday with 14 straight victories. That said, it's been a little tenuous of late, coming from 7 runs down on Friday and then rallying to win in 14 innings on Saturday. Sunday in Cincinnati, Brewers, with that 14-game win streak on the line, were trailing again, down 1-0 in the ninth.
First pitch, and a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall, gone! Wild Bill to left center. 2-1 Brewers. Listen to the Brewers fans taking over at Great American Ballpark right now.
William Contreras with the home run, 2-run shot to give Milwaukee the lead, 2-1 in the top of the ninth. 620 WTMJ with the call as the Brewers rally again, taking the lead in the top of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth.
Anderson delivers. Swinging a line drive over second. Into right center, a hit. Marte around second. Digging for third. The throw there. Not in time, and the Reds have tied it.
Oh, my goodness.
Jose Trevino comes through again. A line drive right over the second baseman, Durbin. scores Benson easily. An alert base running by Marte gets all the way around to third.
Reds tie it up 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth, so it's out of the 10th. Top of the 10th for Milwaukee. Win streak still on the line. Andrew Vaughn, the designated runner, starting the inning at second base, gets thrown out at third, trying to advance on a bunt from Blake Perkins. So the Brewers don't score in the top of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th.
Pitch. Rip. That's a base hit down the left field line. The Reds have come off the mat, and they have finally beaten the Brewers. A 3-2 final score, and they will mob Austin Hayes at first base.
700 WLW, the first place Brewers. 53-17 now in their last 70 games after losing in 10 to the Reds on Sunday. The loss accounting for just their 14th blown save this season, third fewest in Major League Baseball. After ending Milwaukee's win streak, Reds manager Terry Francona.
Kind of take us through what you were thinking in that 9th and 10th.
Oh, you don't want to know. I mean, the whole series is like, I don't know if I have years left, but whatever I have, it took some off. There's something to be said for just keep playing. And, Will gets down the line. So, again, if the bobble turns into a base runner, we hit the ball to right field, we get a bunt down. We walk a leadoff hitter. It wasn't perfect, but we kept playing, and we beat a really good team.
The Reds beat the Brewers and end Milwaukee's 14-game win streak, during which they had 8 comeback wins, tied for the second most comeback wins during a 14-game win streak over the last 80 seasons. The A's had done it in 1988. So the Reds able to walk it off in 10 innings on Sunday. In L.A., Dodgers hosting the Padres as they continue to battle atop the NL West. Sunday, tied 4-4 in the 8th inning.
Mookie walked and scored his first time up, 0 for 2 otherwise. 2-0 pitch, swung on and drilled. Deep to left field. Back it goes. Gone! It's a home run for Mookie. And the Dodgers lead it 5-4. Oh, how do you like that? Mookie Betts emotional around the bases.
Gives the Dodgers the lead in the bottom of the 8th, and an inning later,
the kick and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Dodgers sweep the Padres and take a 2-game lead in the National League Western Division standings. Mookie Betts go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th. The difference this afternoon, and Alex Vesia coming on and pitching a 1-2-3, top of the 9th, punching out Machado to end the game.
AM 570 LA Sports, 5-4 the final. Padres swept in a series for the first time since May 20th through the 22nd against Toronto. Dodgers get the win there. They're 8-2 against the Padres this season. They've won all 3 series. First time they've swept the Padres. Dodgers taking the lead in the 8th inning of that game. Marlins facing the Red Sox at Fenway. They waited just a little longer.
0-1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen, knots this game at 3. Anthony Bender is readying the Marlins pen. Marcy drills the ball out to right, down the line, towards Pesky's pole, and it's gone! How about this rookie? Jacob Marcy, you are unbelievable, man! Left on left. He yanks a homer out to right in Boston. He takes Wagaman with him. And the 2-run shot makes it 5-3 Fish in the top of the 9th.
9:40 WINZ. 5-3 the final. Jacob Marcy, the go-ahead homer in the 9th inning. Dane Myers at the game tying shot after giving away a home run earlier in the game in the 4th inning as he dropped one over the wall off his glove. Marlins, 7 wins this season when trailing in the 9th inning or later, tied for the most in Major League Baseball. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, Sunday giving us one of the best things about the baseball season each year, that annual Major League game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Little Leaguers and their families on hand. Sunday night featuring the Mariners and the Mets, who were in front early.
2 on, the 1-2 to Alvarez, swinging a fly ball, stroke to the gap, left center field, and that is not caught by Rodriguez. He went glove first for it, and it rolls to the wall. Alonso comes around third. He's in to score. McNeil is into third, and Alvarez stands at second base. An RBI double. The Mets score first, and it's 1-0 New York in the bottom of the second inning. Another 3-2 pitch. Swinging a liner up the middle. That's a base hit into center field. McNeil scores easily. Alvarez gets a stop sign at third. As the throw comes in, it's cut off behind the mound by a leaping Josh Naylor, the first baseman. RBI single for Brett Beatty. The Mets have back-to-back run-producing base hits and now lead the Mariners 2-0.
It would be a 3-run second inning. A lead the Mets would extend in the fifth.
The 1-1. Vientos swings, hits it high in the air to right field. Canzone is back. He's at the wall. He looks up, and it is gone. Mark Vientos with authority. It's a 3-run home run over the wall in right field. His 8th home run of the year, and the Mets break it open here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's New York 6 and Seattle 1.
3 runs there, 4 runs total in the bottom of the 5th, but Seattle did have a spark in the top of the 7th.
Garrett's 0-1 is hitting the air down the left field line. Nimmo chasing toward the corner, and that ball is gone. It looked like it was going to be just a soft flare out to left field, and instead it's Cal Raleigh's Major League leading 47th home run of this season. Runs batted in 101 and 102.
He is now 1 shy of the Major League record for most home runs by a primary catcher in a single season. Salvador Perez had 48 in 2021. Cal Raleigh now with 47, but the Mariners fall to the Mets in the game at Williamsport. 7-3. The game was, of course, here on ESPN Radio. Mike Cousins, Doug Glanville had the call. Back to Williamsport we go. Mike?
Thank you, Jay. It's always a memorable trip to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, not always because of what happens on the field, but because of the experience for the 20 Little League teams from around the country and from around the world who get to see the Major Leaguers play. We saw Cal Raleigh hit his Major League leading 47th home run for the Seattle Mariners, but it was the New York Mets who pounced early and did enough damage against starter George Kirby, and then later on in the game against the bullpen as well to win 7-3. The Mets attacked Kirby, who had been coming off of 4 consecutive starts where he had allowed either 2 or 0 runs, and on Sunday night at Williamsport, Kirby in 4 2/3 got beat around for 12 hits and 7 earned runs as the Mets got to him early.
Well, the Mets just showed what their offense is capable of. George Kirby's been an excellent pitcher in recent times, is one of the anchors of this Mariner rotation, and they really had a good plan. They laid off his tough pitches, they jumped on the fastball, and the slider he didn't command when he needed it, so he had a lot of traffic. And then just the explosiveness of this Mets batting order. They have Vientos finally get sort of that power game going to the opposite field. And then Clay Holmes on the mound, just being able to give them 5 strong, put them in a position to win, and getting some of the work from the new arrivals from the Mets for the trades that they made recently. So you talk about a team effort. Well, they collectively found a way to contribute through all these facets of the game, and it led to a win.
The Mets are still hoping to have a pitcher go 6 innings other than David Peterson. Clay Holmes, 5 innings, allowed just the 1 earned run. Quite a juxtaposition from a year ago when he was the Yankees closer. Here in this game against the Detroit Tigers, blew his 10th save of the year. You look at these teams going forward now. Seattle continues to get good pitching. The offense will continue to play as they chase Houston in the American League West. The big thing for the Mets will be, can they avoid blowing leads? And it starts with their starting pitching.
Well, it does, because they can go deep, and then they could set up all these high leverage pitchers. They have a bunch of closers, experienced closers: Soto, Helsley, Diaz, even Garrett when Diaz was out. So they're very familiar with high leverage. Now they got to get handed off so that they can be used in the right sort of tunnel, in the right column, to have the right matchup. And that's what they are doing when they get 5 innings or more from their starter.
Mets are off Monday before 6 on the road. And the East Coast swing continues with 3 more in Philadelphia for the Mariners before they head back to the West Coast. Final score at the 8th Annual Little League Classic on Sunday night in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. The Mets 7 and the Mariners 3 as New York takes 2 of 3 from Seattle. For Doug Glanville, I'm Mike Cousins, right here on your home for every game of the postseason, Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now let's go back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All right, Mike, Seattle with the loss, trailing Houston by 1.5 games in the AL West. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Caleb Williams has Hall of Fame physical ability.
He can't take 68 sacks because you will not be an effective quarterback. You get hit that many times.
I would love for him on the season to complete 70% of his balls. It's a lofty goal, but it's one that we're going to strive for.
Week 2 of the preseason wrapping up on Sunday. Caleb Williams getting some time on the field for the Bears against Buffalo.
Opening drive for Caleb. 11:09 to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 5. At the Buffalo 36, Dahlman sends it back in the shotgun. As a clean pocket throws, Zacchaeus caught. 15, 10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown Bears. 36 yards. The connection between the two growing by the day.
Now it's out on ESPN 1000 in Chicago. Caleb Williams plays the first 2 series of the game. 6 of 10 for 107 yards passing. Had that touchdown drive on the opening drive of the game. As for the importance of getting off to a quick start,
I think everybody being able to see the first team get out there, and I'm mainly speaking about our guys, being able to see everybody get out there and go and have a good, successful first drive. I think it sets the tone for us as a team. I think it sets the tone for how we expect ourselves to play and go out there and perform. So, it was extremely important.
Caleb Williams throwing for 97 yards on the opening drive of the game, which ended in the touchdown. ESPN analyst Louis Riddick.
I think what you're seeing is the fact that Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears coaching staff is making things as hard as possible on Caleb Williams in this current iteration of the Chicago Bears offense really is paying dividends, because now, just like coaches always want, they want the practices to be harder so the game looks easy. That's what you saw tonight. You saw an offense that looks like, hey, look, all the reports coming out of Chicago about maybe them being thrown off the field and Caleb struggling and them not being clean as far as, the quarterback center exchanges or the operation as far as pre-snap penalties, that didn't show up at all, really, in any significant way. And Caleb Williams looked like the guy who everyone expected him to be last year when he came out in the draft #1 overall, as far as being clean, decisive, great footwork, operating from the pocket, can get outside the pocket when he needs to. A guy who can create, but also, a steady diet of playing within structure and with rhythm, which is exactly what Ben Johnson is known for. Just think about what he did for Jared Goff and how he enhanced his game in Detroit. I think if you're a Chicago Bears fan right now, this is exactly what you wanted to see. Now you want to see this offense continue to trend up, not get too hyped up over the fact that it was his first preseason game, but it's a great start. That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you're looking for. And all these pieces, these fantastic pieces that GM Ryan Poles has put together on the perimeter, on top of really solidifying the interior 3 of this offensive line and making sure that Caleb Williams doesn't get pressure in his face, it's all coming together like a nice puzzle right now.
And as a result, the Bears wind up putting up 38 points in their preseason matchup. They'll see Kansas City this coming week. He's not throwing away his shot. That's next. Sports Center All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
The traditions. The rivalries.
All the way to the end zone.
The drama.
Every week there was something magical.
This is the most wide-open college football season we've had ever.
5 days until week 1 kicks off. College football lives here. ESPN Radio. More Sports Center All Night coming up next.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Defense. The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. to keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi there, my name is Chris Morales. I'm what they call the imaging voice here at ESPN Los Angeles. Thank you so much for listening to us on the all-new ESPN LA app. The question is, have you followed us yet on social media? We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, or X if you prefer, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, at ESPN Los Angeles. Which means you're enjoying listening to us live on the audio stream. Now you got to follow us so we stay connected all day and all night. Let us be your new follow at ESPN Los Angeles.
When wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin. What does the turkey say? Whale.
Whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
It's T-Raj and D-Far. I'm a decent parallel parker, but inevitably I'm going to catch that curb at least once, and then that's it.
I love parallel parking. That's my thing. That's my jam.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
on 710 ESPN.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night presented by Progressive Insurance. Get a business quote online in as little as 7 minutes. Visit progressivecommercial.com. Golf on Sunday, BMW Championship. Scotty Scheffler started the day 4 shots off the lead, but by the 17th,
lifts this out of the rough, onto the putting surface, now bringing it down the slope towards the hole, slowly moving, now picking up speed. That's getting close to the hole, now picking up speed, getting close, Scotty Scheffler, and that is right, get it in! He made it! Chip and birdie, oh my goodness, do you believe it? Scotty Scheffler, birdies, pull out, 17, 15 under! And Scotty Scheffler getting set here, 2 feet, 9 inches for the par. And the victory as Scotty looks at the cup, back to his ball, pulls the putter back, and it's in the bottom, and the ultimate winning machine. Scotty Scheffler has won the 2025 BMW Championship, his 5th win of the year, 2,000 more FedEx Cup points, heading to Atlanta with another win.
Keeps on rolling as he did on 17, holding out from off the green, heard on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio. Scotty Scheffler at 15 under for the tournament, wins the tournament despite starting Sunday 4 shots back, tied for the second largest 54-hole deficit overcome in his career. 5th victory this season, and he secures it with pretty good shot on 17, although that wasn't the end, and he knew it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was an important shot in the golf tournament. You know, Bob made a nice birdie there on 16, and
I knew it was going to be a battle all the way till the end. I mean, starting the day 4 shots back. Bob had made some mistakes early in the round, but I knew he wasn't going to make many more as the day went on, and he did a good job of battling all day, without his best stuff. And when that chip goes in, it's a pretty cool shot, but the job's not nearly finished after that. Bob could just as easily chip his in, and you don't know what's going to happen, so got to stay focused, and did a good job hitting the fairway and the green there on 18, and give myself a pretty stress-free par.
Scotty Scheffler referring to Robert McIntyre, who shot 73 on Sunday, 3 over after shooting 68 or better in each of the first 3 rounds. And as for his final round, Scheffler after the win?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough day out there. The greens got really tough to putt there towards the end, and it was a challenging day. I was starting 4 shots back, but got myself into the tournament pretty quickly there on the front 9, and did a lot of good stuff out there. Would have liked to have a few less mistakes, but overall, I mean, great battle all the way through. Did a good job of staying patient and executing when we needed to.
And Scheffler gets the win, rallying on Sunday for the victory. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, WNBA on Sunday. Las Vegas Aces staying hot.
A'ja Wilson. Chelsea Gray with the assist. You're seeing something special with A'ja Wilson this season. Maddie putting together another good game. She's got 19 points, but you just can't stop A'ja.
Look, that's 9 assists for Chelsea Gray.
A'ja Wilson leading the offense, and by the end,
Vegas goes to 21-14. They have now won 7 straight games, 9 of their last 10. They only lost that infamous loss to Minnesota, but this sure was impressive. 34 for A'ja.
34 points, 8 rebounds, 11 of 16 from the floor. Aces beat the Wings 106-87. We saw it on ABC. Aces with 18 three-pointers, tying the regular season franchise single-game record, and as you heard, pick up their 7th consecutive win. The Fever facing the Sun. Indiana trailed by as much as 21.
Rivers has all 5 of Connecticut's blocks today. And a low stance defensively matched up with Mitchell. Fires up a 3. Kelsey Mitchell! Oh, my! 33 points. Mitchell is fighting to come back for the ball. There she is. 36 points for Kelsey Mitchell. Matched up with the big. Mitchell. Oh, my! An assassin! Kelsey Mitchell has a new career high.
On NBA TV, Kelsey Mitchell tying a career high with 38 points. 11th career 30-point game, and the Fever in overtime beat the Sun 99-93. The Sun eliminated from playoff contention with that loss. Mercury an 85-82 win over the Storm. Alyssa Thomas with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 4th triple-double in her last 6 games. Dream and Valkyries.
Here she is, the 3. And got it. Great look for Ryan Howard. And Coach Nakaze has to call another timeout.
The Valkyries are going to have to figure it out defensively because there's no reason why Ryan Howard should be that wide open. You got to think she can knock it down.
Dream on NBA TV beating the Valkyries 79-63, franchise record 7th straight road win. Mystics topped the Sparks 95-86. Mystics' chance to make the playoffs now 18%, was 12% going into the game. They upped their chances with the win on Sunday. Keep those brooms in the closet if you're near Cincinnati. That's next. Sports Center all night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Monday, our NFL two-a-days continue to roll on, and the MLB postseason is right around the corner. We'll break it all down on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Proud to announce our new multi-year agreement with the Los Angeles Rams.
Hello, this is Puka Nacua of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Rams football remains right here on ESPN LA for years to come.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams.
We're proud in the Southland to be your home of Rams.
Looking for all things black and gold?
Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
192.
Beat the heat this summer with NextGen, the official AC plumbing and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. If your AC breaks down, don't hesitate. Call NextGen now and enjoy expert installation on any new system. For a limited time, combat SoCal's air quality and reduce dust in your home with a free no-ozone air purifier included with any new AC system install. Call 833-3NEXTGen or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com to book online. CSLB number 1011173, lifetime warranty on selected items.
The future depends on teachers. Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who will help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who will be the first in their family to graduate college. It all starts with teachers who meet challenges with creativity, who reinvent education for the future, who work towards a school system that lifts up every child, regardless of race, income, or zip code, and to enable the full potential of our students, our communities, and our country. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
A fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
I mean, you were a good athlete too.
Were?
You were the one telling me the other day you couldn't do a 10K. You were like chafing.
Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, taking you to 6 o'clock Eastern Time and unsportsmanlike. Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman each weekday morning here on ESPN Radio.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
Scotty Scheffler comes from 4 shots back on Sunday, wins the BMW Championship. Caleb Williams, a couple of drives to start the Bears preseason game on Sunday, had a touchdown drive on the opening one of the game. Brewers' recent run finally comes to an end.
And he throws. Line drive, base hit, pulled past the diving third baseman Siegler. It rolls all the way to the wall and left to end the 14-game franchise record winning streak for the Brewers. Austin Hayes, a walk-off RBI single. They'll have to score it. The Reds score in the 9th to tie it and score it to win it 3-2. And so for the first time in the month of August, the Brewers have a loss.
3-2 the final. 6:20 WTMJ with the call. Milwaukee's 14-game win streak comes to an end. Had been the longest in franchise history. Their manager, Pat Murphy.
Yeah, I'm proud of our guys, man. I'm proud to be part of this group. And I'm really proud to be part of this group. And we've got a long way to go. And, remember who this team is. We need to bond together and stick together and continue to fight.
Brewers had 8 comeback wins during the 14-game win streak. This becomes their first loss in the month of August. As for the Reds, they avoid a sweep. They're the only team that has not been swept in a series this season. 40 series without a sweep, the longest in franchise history, eclipsing the 1970 team that went 32 straight series. 7th time the Reds have won the final game of a series in order to avoid being swept. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
The batter is Josh Naylor, power hitter for the Mariners. He swings at the first pitch, bouncing ball up the middle. Acuna at second, fields, gloves, throws to first to Alonso, and the ball game is over. So the Mariners mount a miniature threat in the 9th inning, but the final score here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, is the New York Mets 7 and the Seattle Mariners 3, and the Mets take 2 of 3 from Seattle.
In Williamsport with the Little Leaguers on hand to watch, The Sunday night game goes to the Mets as they hang on for the victory over Seattle, even though Cal Raleigh in the loss hits number 47 of the season, one shy of the Major League record for the most home runs hit by a primary catcher. Mets win it 7-3. Juan Soto 0 for 2 with 3 walks and a stolen base, his 20th of the season. Francisco Lindor 3 for 5 with a double, 5 straight games now with an extra base hit. That's the longest active streak in Major League Baseball and his longest this season, and it comes in the win for the Mets. Sports Center all night. ESPN Radio. Yankees double up the Cardinals 8-4. It's the Yankees' first road sweep since the middle of June against the Royals. Yankees won 5 of their last 6 and 7 of the last 10 games. Currently occupy the 3rd wild card spot in the American League. Giants and Rays.
Bases loaded. The pitch. Line drive along the right field line. It's falling. Base hit. Ramos in to score. Devers around third. He's in to score. Now the throw goes to second. Breaking for the plate. Here's the throw home. Swing! He beat the throw home. That is a 3-run base hit to right for Dom Smith. Just like that, 3-0 Giants. There's a swing, line drive into left field, falling. That's in there, base hit. Slipping and falling is Simpson. He knocks the ball down, heading for second with a slide. Crosses in there safely. With Smith having crossed the plate, and it's 4-0 Giants.
That was in the 6th inning. They would continue in the 7th.
The pitch.
That one is hit high and deep to left by Fitzgerald. Gone into the bleachers. Giants go back-to-back and make it 6-0.
It would be a 7-1 win for the Giants over the Rays. KNBR with the calls. Giants snapping a 7-game losing streak was the longest in Major League Baseball going into Sunday. Giants 2-15 now in their last 17 home games. No other team has fewer than 4 wins in that span. Giants now with 2 after the win on Sunday. Rangers had been mired in a losing streak, but Sunday,
Toronto had a day yesterday in the 14-2 rout over the Rangers. We'll tell you how rare a day it was. This pitch is lifted high into the air, deep left field. Lucas going back into the corner. This ball carrying well. It's gone. Opposite field home run for Corey Seager. It's his 18th of the year to lead the ball club, and that adds to the advantage. It's 6-1 Texas.
Langford, a blast to left. If it's fair, it's gone. It's bending towards the pole. It's a fair ball into the second deck. A 2-run monster mash by Wyatt Langford. And the Rangers lead 8-1.
105.3 The Fan. Rangers go on to a 10-4 win over Toronto. The Rangers win, snapping a 4-game losing streak. They were 1-8 in their previous 9. First game scoring in double digits since July 10th. And they get 10 runs on Sunday in the 10-4 win over the Blue Jays. Cubs a 4-3 win over the Pirates, who have 3 runs or fewer for the 75th time this season. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Cubs have won 3 straight series against the Pirates. Twins top the Tigers 8-1. Detroit has its 4-game win streak come to an end. Rockies have been struggling this season. That may be an understatement, but this weekend turned out to be pretty decent.
And a ground ball to middle. That is into center field. It's a base hit. It's going to score 2. Rockies have come back and taken the lead in this 7th inning. 2 2-run singles, Ritter and now Moniak. 5-4 Rockies.
3-0 pitch, well hit to left. McCarthy deep, but it's over his head. It bangs off the wall. He has trouble picking it up. They're going to send Bernabel. Long relay throw by Perdomo, not in time. Jake McCarthy misjudged that ball, and Warming Bernabel scores from first on the double. 6-4 Rockies.
Colorado would hang on for a 6-5 win. 850 KOA. Rockies with a 3-game win streak, tying their second longest this season. They've won 5 of the last 6. Their most wins in a 6-game span this season. Hope you're sitting down. Rockies are 9-7 at home since the All-Star break. Diamondbacks with the loss. They are trailing the Mets for that final wild card spot by 6.5. Sports Center all night. ESPN Radio. Orioles a 12-0 shutout of the Astros. 6th shutout this season for Baltimore. Tied for the third fewest in baseball. Only the Angels and Rockies have fewer. Astros with a 12-run shutout loss. Tied for their 4th largest shutout loss at home in history. And as if that wasn't rough enough in Houston.
Now a fan has run on the field. The fan is running across the back of the mound. Security is surrounding him. This fan is running towards center field. 1 security guard, 2 security guard. 1 guy goes down. Now the guy is tackled in shallow center field. The black jerseys, the guards surround him.
Take him away!
And that individual, I hope you had a fun ride, because it is going to be a long night for you, my friend.
Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that.
WBAL in Baltimore with the call. Orioles don't get a lot of shutouts, but when they do, they make a statement. Sunday's 12-0 win, 2nd largest shutout by the Orioles this season. They won 18-0 against the Rockies about 3 weeks ago. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. Week 2 of the NFL preseason is now in the books. Jaguars, Saints on Sunday. Travis Hunter did not play, upper body injury. Trevor Lawrence saw a couple of drives to start the matchup.
Long snap down here for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor drops. Looking. Fires. That ball's going to be caught underneath. That's Parker Washington. Dive for the goal line. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence to Parker Washington, and Jacksonville strikes first.
Completing 8 of 10 for 76 yards on the touchdown. Played in the first 2 drives, did Trevor Lawrence against the Saints. 1010XL, 92.5 FM. Jags seeing Trevor Lawrence on there for 17 snaps as he played the first 2 drives. Spencer Rattler for the Saints, 18 of 24, 199 yards. He had a passing touchdown. Interception as well. Played the entire second half, 39 snaps. Coach Kellen Moore, how about the starter?
We're just going to keep building through this process. And, we think we got 3 really good ones here, and we'll continue to build.
Do you think that decision could come this week before the last preseason game, or do you think it's going to...
We'll see. Obviously, I got first sight here, but film will be an important aspect of this thing, and we'll just see, how everything progresses leading into this week.
Not ready to name a starter in New Orleans just yet. Chicago giving Caleb Williams a couple of series on Sunday. 6 of 10 for 107 yards passing. Threw for a touchdown as he played the first 2 series of the game. His coach, Ben Johnson.
Shoot, if I remember right, didn't have the best field position to get started there, so I thought those guys did a really nice job marching it down the field. Caleb made a couple big-time throws, in my opinion, to keep that drive going, and some explosive plays there, and so it was good. It was good to see. All I really care about right now is to see us improve, and so that was really what we talked about this morning when we had our team meeting. Was offensively we wanted to play clean football. We wanted to get better at critical downs, which I thought we did. We were much better on 3rd down and 4th down this week than we were last week, and so I know you see the points and you see some of those stats, and it's easy to get excited, but we're just keeping the main thing here. We had a good night. Guys played hard, and they executed at a high level. And so when all 3 phases are doing good things like that, then, normally good things happen on the scoreboard.
Caleb Williams starting the game, seeing a little bit of action. Vikings, they're seeing a quarterback change this year. Last week, they gave J.J. McCarthy a series. 1 series. This week, didn't play. All this after he missed his rookie season last year with a knee injury. ESPN front office insider Louis Riddick.
Quite honestly, I'd be doing exactly what Kevin O'Connell and the coaching staff in Minnesota is doing. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, especially when we're talking about all these other quarterbacks and a guy like Caleb Williams, and and we were kind of like sweating the fact that he hadn't played in the preseason up to this point. And we're going, well, why does J.J. McCarthy get a pass? He's only played basically 2 series last year and then 1 series this year, and now they're going to put him in bubble wrap? Well, I think it's because, look, he played so much in college. He's been in this system now going on 2 seasons. And I think they have so much intel on him and so much confidence in the fact that, look, we moved up to 10 overall to draft this young man for a reason. And that's because we think he has great mental horsepower. We think he has a great foundation. We've seen everything that we need to see in practices up to this point that lead us to believe it'll transfer to games. In his limited time that he played in the game, he looked fantastic. His movement looks back. That meniscus looks totally 100%. Why do we need to risk it at this point? What's he going to show us in another game or a couple more plays in a preseason game that's going to make us feel any more comfortable than we feel already? Nothing. So I think, look, if I'm Kevin O'Connell, I'm going, you're done. You'll get your reps in practice, and then let's just cut it loose with this roster that we think is good enough to obviously contend for the North and contend for the NFC overall. We'll just put all of our chips on the table then. We're not risking anything else now. And quite honestly, I like JJ in college. I love him even more now. I do the same thing.
We've now had, two weeks of preseason action. Is there a team, and if so, who's impressed you the most to this point?
I think it's the New England Patriots. And I know, years ago, we would have been like, oh, man, not more New England Patriots talk, right? Enough of them. Let's move on to someone else. Well, then they fell off. The roster disintegrated. Obviously, we know what happened as far as the coaching change overall and how they basically hit the bottom of the barrel. Well, I think now this is a team that's going to surprise. I think Mike Vrabel is a fantastic coach and leader. Josh McDaniels is exactly what Drake May needs on that offense. And they revamped the offensive line, made it stronger. I think 4/5 of this offensive line is going to be different this year. They added more weaponry. Trevion Henderson, who we've already talked about this weekend, is a fantastic, just explosive playmaker out of the backfield on special teams. They added playmakers at all three levels on the defensive side, which is Mike Vrabel's specialty. I think, obviously, in the East right now, it's Buffalo, and then everyone else is chasing them. I think New England is going to be chasing them and nipping on their heels, saying, hey, look, we're back. It's not like it was these past couple of years.
Week 2 of the NFL preseason now in the books. A lot of people looking side-eye at the NCAA this weekend. That's next. Sports Center All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
On September 2nd, moving to ESPN Radio, which is also my roots, I'm proud to say.
The return of Rich Eisen.
To be able to go back to where my career started was something that I never thought possible.
September 2nd, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. More Sports Center All Night coming up next.
August 19th at 5 p.m. as Sedano and Cap and me, Chris Morales, announce the new football season on-air lineup for ESPN LA. What will shake out of that, Jack? Tuesday, August 19th, 5 p.m. on 7:10 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. We're going to announce the new football season on-air lineup. Can't wait. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN.
Angels baseball is right here on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Man, O'Hoppe swings at this one. This ball is clobbered as well out to left field, and that one is way out of here as well.
This summer, don't miss a moment of every Angels game.
Deep down the left side to left field, and it's out of here.
Every big play, every strikeout, every home run of the Halos is right here. Just click the Angels tile when Angels baseball is on, and you're hearing all the action on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Travis Rogers into Marco Farr. Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
But I'm thinking going raw.
Raw dog in a flight.
Raw dog in a flight. You get on with nothing. Don't read, no phone, nothing. You just sit there for however long the flight is. Could you make it raw? Don't say it like that. Well, I tried. I made it about 45 minutes, and then it just, because the seat was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should join
And
the
also,
lawsuit.
the idea of making seats bigger is better for everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, even if you're a tiny little thing,
not for
your
the
seat's
airlines.
bigger.
That's not everybody.
Any customer,
Yes.
4 seats.
fine. So anybody who's like sitting next to somebody who's a little big for a seat and they're complaining about the person being too big, yes, bigger seats is better for
Can't you
everybody.
just delete just a few seats and just make it a little bit wider for everyone?
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m. Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
My first boat lesson, very first one. I was just pulling out of the dock, and I put too much gas and hit another boat.
Oh, no.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night presented by Progressive. Plenty of reaction over the weekend to what the NCAA did or didn't do with Michigan. The NCAA with some significant penalties, but essentially to individuals who are no longer there. The rest pretty much financial. All part of a 74-page report that ends the 2-year soap opera with the impermissible scouting by former staff member Connor Stallions, who wound up with his own Netflix documentary after the whole thing. Earlier on ESPN Radio, Chris Vanini from The Athletic.
I asked the committee chair, I said, if Jim Harbaugh was still here coaching the team, would they have gotten a bowl ban? And he paused for 10 seconds, 10 full seconds. It felt like forever. And then he eventually said, basically, they don't want to punish the current kids for the sins of the coach, and he didn't want to engage too much in a hypothetical. So, like, if Jim Harbaugh was still there, I think it's very possible, especially considering the blatant lack of cooperation that he had. So I think the lesson might be, if you cheat and get out of town, you're fine.
Earlier on ESPN Radio are Courtney Cronin and Peter Burns.
Michigan fans, knowing that they don't have to give up that championship, not that they ever would, even if it was vacated, but knowing that it's not, they take the cake. I mean,
you self-impose a suspension anytime you're 100% clear and innocent of all duties, right? I mean,
It's like
anytime
taking a plea deal.
In essence, that's what's happened with the Michigan Wolverines. But let's be honest with you, this was a win for a lot of different people. Okay, this is clearly a win for Michigan, who, does not get a postseason ban, despite, Courtney, the NCAA at one point in a 74-page report saying this basically constitutes a postseason ban, but we didn't feel like that was fair to the players that are currently on this roster. Basically saying the NCAA took 2 years to get this whole investigation done, and at this point, how many people are still involved in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not fair to the players. And I'll be honest with you, as much as I think Michigan cheated, and now we know it's kind of tainted that title, I think that's the right call by the NCAA. Like, I don't think that the guys that have done everything right, that said, I want to be a Michigan player all my life. I've worked hard. This is my dream. I landed the scholarship. And all of a sudden, because there was some scandal a couple years ago, I can't play postseason ball. Okay? Now, that might render the NCAA toothless, but we already know that it's toothless, right? This is going to be the last time the NCAA really gets involved in an investigation. It's going to be this new College Sports Commission, but this is the last one, and they go out with the whimper. But it's good for Michigan. It's good for the Big Ten because one of their blue bloods doesn't get absolutely hammered. It's good for the NCAA because now they can just wipe their hands out of it and they're done. And it's honestly good for everybody else that doesn't like Michigan because now they're able to go out there and say, yeah, you got the title. You didn't have to vacate it, but we all know you guys cheated. We all know that you cheated.
And that's why they didn't want to penalize the players who were still there. Jim Harbaugh, 10-year show cause. However, Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, back to baseball. Royals a 6-2 win over the White Sox. Royals with a 14-game home win streak against Chicago. Braves and Guardians.
3-2 to fly ball to deep right field. Going back, Kafas going to the wall, and that is gone! Profar just had one explode off his bat, and the Braves take the lead in the top of the 6th inning. A 2-run home run by Jurickson, his 7th of the year.
680 The Fan. Braves a 5-4 win over the Guardians. 5th straight win, their longest win streak this season. Phillies get past the Nationals 11-9. Washington 12th home game this season, allowing 10 runs or more. That's the second most in baseball. 10 innings. The Angels beat the Athletics 11-5. 6 runs in the 10th inning. Time for their most runs scored in extra innings this season. How about the top sounds from Sunday? Ed Benkin.
Sports Center all night.
Oh, my goodness. Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you ready to take?
Number 5.
Jay, we start with the WNBA, where the Fever continued to play without Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell and her teammates still took care of business against Connecticut, as we hear on NBA TV.
Mitchell is fighting to come back for the ball. There she is. 36 points for Kelsey Mitchell. Matched up with the big. Mitchell. Oh, my! An assassin! Kelsey Mitchell has a new career high.
Number 4.
To baseball, where Miami's Jacob Marcy made sure the Marlins avoided a sweep at the hands of the Red Sox. The call on 940 WINZ.
Anthony Bender is ready in the Marlins bench. Marcy drills the ball out to right, down the line, towards Pesky's pole, and it's gone! How about this rookie? Jacob Marcy, you are unbelievable, man! Left on left. He yanks a homer out to right in Boston. He takes Wagaman with him, and the 2-run shot makes it 5-3 fish in the top of the 9th.
Number 3.
In Los Angeles, Mookie Betts and the Dodgers completed a sweep of the Padres and moved 2 games ahead of San Diego in the NL West. More on AM 570 LA Sports.
Mookie walked and scored his first time up, 0 for 2 otherwise. 2-0 pitch, swung on and drilled. Deep to left field. Back it goes. Gone! It's a home run for Mookie. And the Dodgers lead it 5-4. Oh, how do you like that? Mookie Betts emotional around the bases.
Number 2.
In Cincinnati, the streak came to an end for the Milwaukee Brewers after 14 straight victories. Austin Hayes and the Reds used a walk-off to finally foil the Brew Crew. We get the call from 700 WLW.
Pitch. Rip, that's a base hit down the left field line. The Reds have come off the mat, and they have finally beaten the Brewers. A 3-2 final score, and they will mob Austin Hayes at first base.
Number 1.
And we end on the golf course, where Scotty Scheffler wins the BMW Championship with the help of a chip-in birdie, as heard on SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
Lifts this out of the rough, onto the putting surface, now bringing it down the slope towards the hole, slowly moving, now picking up speed. That's getting close to the hole now, picking up speed, getting close, Scotty Scheffler, and that is right, he did! He made it! Chip-in birdie, oh my goodness, do you believe it? Scotty Scheffler, birdies, pull out, 17, 15 under!
Scotty Scheffler just rubbing it in. Robert McIntyre had a 4-shot lead to start yesterday, but he shot 3 over.
Look, he's a better player on the day. I'm just really pissed off right now. Right now I want to go and smash up my golf clubs, to be honest with you.
Show of hands. Who can relate? It's Monday, August 18th. Roberto Clemente, born on this day in 1934. Unsportsmanlike reacts to the NFL Week 2 preseason. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds, ESPN Radio.
It's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday, week 2 of the NFL preseason, and we got MLB playoff push, and I'll react to it all and upon further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday morning.
Are you ready for amazing golf at one of the best courses in Southern California and to be part of raising money for an incredible cause? It's time for the 4th annual Give Back Golf Classic, Friday, August 29th at the stunning Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda, benefiting the Folds of Honor Foundation. Folds of Honor, they have a mission to empower deserving military families with educational support and opportunities. Register to play now at blackgoldgolf.com/FOH. Plus, there are still sponsorship opportunities to be part of this amazing event. blackgoldgolf.com.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC. is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
.com/FOH.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.